Hi, it's Danielle here from the Teaching Entrepreneur Association. And today I wanted to talk about the teaching cycle, or some people call it the training cycle. And the reason I wanted to do this was because a friend of mine a couple of days ago, he said to me, "So you're a teacher, Danielle. Where do you actually start when you want to teach?" He said, "I wouldn't have a clue." So I said to him, well, there's this systematic approach, which is called the teaching cycle. And to be honest with you, it's where we all start when we're beginning teaching. And so I was explaining to him exactly what it was. So I thought I'd share that with you today. So it's a cycle that just keeps on going round and round and round. And it starts at the very top with the initial assessment. Then the second one round is the planning. Then the third one is the delivery. The fourth one is assessment and quality assurance. The fifth one is evaluation, and then you're back to the top with the initial assessment. So what I'm going to do is go through that cycle again and explain to you what all the different parts are. But basically, you can join the cycle any way you like, but the most important thing is that you keep going round on every single bit that's there and that you don't miss any out. So let's start at the top then with the initial assessment. So we've talked a lot about initial assessments in previous videos, but in this one I wanted to share with you that the initial assessment at the top, there's three main things that you really need to do. You need to find out all you can about your students. So the first thing is to find out why they've come along. The second thing is to find out if they've got any learning difficulties or disabilities. And the third thing is to find out if they've done this before. So all those three things that you find out in the initial assessment, the first thing that you do, then links into the planning of the course, because you want to cover all three of those and make sure that you allow for any learning difficulties or disabilities, that you teach what they want to know, and that you teach it at the level that they want to know. But also in your planning has to link back to the aims and the outcomes of the course, because otherwise what's the point of doing it? You're also going to plan how you're going to teach the activities and the lesson you are going to teach so that you can get your message across. Planning is really important. I always say planning. You can never do enough planning. Okay, so that's those two. Then the third one is the delivery. So that's where you actually teach, use a few different activities, or use different approaches and different teaching methods to get your message across. Now, if this is a one-off course, by the end of your delivery, you will obviously want to give out evaluations to find out how the students think the course went. You're also going to need to tell them about any future courses that you have going and that they can attend. So I always give out a leaflet so they've got something in their hands that they can take home with them, but also has your details on it. So then you've done the delivery. So the next part is the assessment and quality assurance. So the assessment is checks for learning. How have you checked that your students have learnt when they were with you in your class? The quality assurance part of it is all about keeping records, showing the progress that your students have made, because it's important to have an audit trail. So that's assessment and quality assurance. Then we get up to the last one, number 5, which is the evaluations. So you'll do an evaluation of your course and how you think it went, but also your students will have done their evaluations, which you gave out in the number 3, the delivery part. And what I would suggest you do is look at both sheets of paper or both views, and then decide which are overlapping, and if there's any out there that your students say, actually, I didn't like this, or I thought this was brilliant, and then think, did I think that as well? And then from then onwards, it's about you making some decisions as to whether you're going to carry on the way you have, whether you're going to tweak it, whether you're going to change bits of it, depending on how you felt it went. And then you need to go back to the top and start with the initial assessment again, because you might be doing a different class, you might be doing a different module, depends on what your next class is all about. I hope you find that useful. Especially if you're new to teaching. The teaching cycle, I think, can be invaluable. Remember, when you're using the teaching cycle, that you can start it at any point in the class, and also that you need to encompass each and every one of them and just keep going round and round and round as you carry on. Okay, hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.